Hi, I'm Jim Watson, and I've been a SAS trainer since 2003. A while ago, I delivered a webinar on date and time values in SAS. Here is some interesting content from that webinar. I hope you enjoyed this clip. Have a great day. This is a technique I've devised myself to learn about this technique. Well, you can always come along to one of my courses, but as you can see, the key phrase we hear is macros. Now, the code you see here is actually the same as the code that I've already shared in the meeting chat. It's what I call the weather widget. It's designed to poll the individual location using Bureau of Meteorology information. So obviously it's Australian only, I'm afraid, but very effective at what it does. Now, I've written a macro to do this. And like I said, the macros course is excellent because it teaches you how to automate the code. And that's because this piece of code actually has to run over 70 times. So it's perfect for being a macro. URL, by the way, would be the argument. So yeah, all I'm doing is calling this macro, and the macro contains within it all the code necessary to extract the first row from the CSV file kept at Bureau of Meteorology online. So it's using the URL method, which allows SAS code to access anything online. Yeah, there's a couple of other ways of doing it, but that's the way I ended up doing it. I've also done a proc transpose upon the output. That should be just a one row. That just makes the output a bit more pleasing, as is the use of proc report, where we used to teach this in the report writing course. In fact, we still do. It's still an extra procedure when it comes to writing reports. So first thing I must do, and first thing you must do as well, if you like to follow along, you have to submit the macro definition prior to actually running it. So that's everything from the % macro to the % mend. And if you don't get any messages from the log, that's a good thing. Now, as for the actual URLs, that's the URL I'm using on this occasion. As you can see, it is Canberra, but I've included quite the list here. Variety of locations from all over Australia, including Antarctica. So there's only one West Australia location in there, but it's a work in progress. So I figured I'd just try it out with Australia because it could take quite a while if it does all 70 or 80 locations. So this code, all it does is just generate a table containing that just the Canberra information, the latitude, longitude, and the height, as well as this particular URL. And then once I run this code right here, this will call my macro definition. We cover call execute in the macros course. This allows a data step to call a macro, which is not normally allowed. So as we wait, we now see the current weather conditions in Canberra. I was hoping it'd be warmer than that by now, but it's only just got up to about 8 degrees. Bit of a cold morning here in Canberra. Would anyone like me to try any of these other locations? But anyway, feel free to change that code to any way you want. Can it run all the URLs? Yes, it can. That's just a matter of copy and paste. Yeah. In fact, here's how to do it. I would actually take everything inside this comment marker, except for the comment markers themselves, and I would paste them right there. Done. Now, it would take a while for this code to run because it's got to poll every individual location. That's a separate web request. Oh, at the same time, that can't be done by an individual SAS session, though. To do that, you need more than one SAS session polling different stations at the same time. But yeah, that would certainly work. But it would probably take a while to run because if I ran that, it would probably be several minutes before we saw any output. But yeah, that concludes my presentation.